What's up, Ginge? Watching Chef Ramsay, some kind of cooking channel, which is ironic because I'm gonna, right now, just a little dinner. I'm gonna heat up this coffee. This has been sitting out for hours. I've already heated it up multiple times, but I did use a non-dairy creamer. But still, just heating it up, it just made my stomach feel a little weird. So instead of just dumping it and making another cup of coffee, I'm gonna heat it up and drink it really fast. Because I'm a guy, and that's what we do. We do stuff like that. Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel. Congratulations, whoever subscribed in the last 3 days. I went from, 440 to 480 subscribers. I've been posting a lot of content. Not really to get subscribers, but just because I feel like it, because I want to. I have a job. I'm not trying to be a YouTuber and make a living off YouTube videos. I work full time. I promised myself I was not going to record tonight because poor Ginger, I kept her up till 4 o'clock in the morning. I recorded Crystallized, a ballad version of Crystallized. And that took 4 hours, plus I worked on it today for a few hours. It's the normal version it's on Spotify, Amazon Music, and all that. So wrote that about a girl. That's so fucking lame. People are like, I wrote this about a girl. It's just like, blah. But I did. But I didn't write it in the way of, it wasn't like, oh, I love you, so I'm gonna write a song. It's just, I wrote it about like the experience, kind of from an outside or from a non-emotional perspective. That's how I wrote the song. So it's not like oh, I love you so much. It's just more of like, just straightforward. So at least there's that. So anyways, Crystallized, the ballad version, will be out this month on the 24th. Actually, technically the 23rd. And then I have Stand Up For Yourself coming out on the 19th. It's like a 60s kind of mod rock with, it's kind of psychedelic sounding too a little bit. That song's fucked though because, well, I like that song a lot, but my tuner was it was en route to being delivered, so my guitar and bass were sort of just like tuned to each other, and you could hear the guitar it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but tuning, technical difficulties recording that song. But it's cool though because I like how it sounds with the guitars being slightly out of tune. I think it sounds just authentic, it sounds live, it sounds psychedelic. So I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, and more so than even if I had, a tuner. So yeah, Stand Up For Yourself, that's coming out on Martin Luther King Day. It's kind of in theme with what the song's about. I wrote it for my great-great-grandma who was Creole. She's half, her name's Flossie, she's half, French, half black from the South, and married my great-great-grandpa. So I kind of wrote that about them, not like about any particular story, just kind of power to the people, stand up, to the man kind of shit. So, and then I have The Time of Flowers, which is my favorite song, being released this month on the 12th. So I've Crystallized, ballad version, Stand Up For Yourself, and The Time of Flowers. I have 3 songs being released. And I was like, that's it, I'm not going to record anything new because I'm also coming out with an album sometime in the middle of the year in 2026, and it's going to be a 9-song album. Most of the songs are already recorded, so I got to just run them through my engineer. I got to like redo some vocals because my vocals were super shot a couple months ago when I was recording. So I have to redo some vocals. I have to fix some guitar stuff. But basically, the album is recorded. Songs like Fever, Inside and Out, The Cave, I'm on Top. All these songs are going to be on the album. And then there's a couple songs that I have to record, but I'm going to try to do that, next month because I need a break. I'm just, feel like I kind of overextended myself with recording. So yeah, I got to record 2 more songs and then do, the print work for the album, images, photography. Got to organize it, but yeah, and I'm going to print out records for the album coming out this year, and I'm gonna have records for sale online. I was gonna do like CDs, but everybody streams music anyways, so I'm actually gonna, print out actual records for those that collect music. And I'm just going to print out 100 records, and I'm going to sign them, and then I'm going to sell them for $30 online. So first come, first serve. Who doesn't like money? But this is my craft. I write music. It's what I do. I didn't start to make a bunch of money to get girls, to become famous, to be important. I was started, when I was 6 years old. So I wasn't thinking about that shit at that age. I started playing music to connect with my stepdad because he played guitar, and my biological parents separated, so I just was bonding with my stepfather. So a lot of me playing music was just to do something with my stepdad. So, and I did like playing guitar. I thought he was so cool playing guitar. He was all 80s, long hair, had like this fucking pink cheetah print, guitar, and he's all super good and stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of my background. So I think what I'm gonna do but it's a kind of feels like a curse, man. Being a songwriter, it's not all. I don't know. It's sometimes when I just discontinue all music and just stop playing music and just, I literally feel so much better. I feel more complete. I feel more confident. So it's a little bit of a burden, but again, it's just what I do. It does satisfy me to write music, but I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna make dinner. I'm gonna make pork. I'm gonna make a pork burrito, marinated pastor, and I'm gonna make another cup of coffee. I don't know if you're supposed to drink coffee that's been sitting out, for 7 or 8 hours, but I'm just gonna finish this real quick. Phone's flipped around, can't see any comments. I'm so glad that I don't have to do YouTube for a living. No offense, Jay Dyer and Riviera family, but I'm just glad that I don't have to fucking be like, oh, I gotta make a video so I can have income, It's just, I feel like Lexi's made enough videos where she could probably, get money from her videos without even making any more. But that would be like me saying, oh, you made some money with your music, so just you don't need to write music anymore. It's just she's a content creator. It's what she does, and I'm a musician. I make royalties off stuff I did when I was 16 years old. Not a lot, but I make a few $100s a month from stuff I did a long time ago. And then I make money off the music I have out right now. So yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't want money from my music. Yeah, I would love to make millions of dollars from my music. Absolutely. I want to quit my job. I'm fucking tired of working. I've been working full time for a lot of years, and I'm fucking exhausted from it. You know, people that are like, oh, it's not about the money, dude. You know, it's like a red flag to me. People that are like, oh, dude, you don't have to pay me anything. It's like, yeah, I know I don't fucking have to pay you anything. I don't need you to tell me that I don't have to do something. You know, it's just, you know, when you work with someone, I pay my engineer. I pay all my engineers. You know, I pay people. And so when people are like, oh, I'll work for you for free, it's a little, I'm not saying it's a red flag, because maybe it is genuine, but it's a little like, what are you trying to do? You know, what the fuck are you trying to do? You know, you're trying to like get into my music world. Everybody wants something. It's like, be fucking honest, you know? I mean, I PayPal my engineers money. You know, I wish I could pay them a lot more, but you know, here's $100. Thanks for working on that song. You know, it's not a lot of money, but it's all I could afford right now. You know, here's $100. Thanks for working on that song. Here's another $100. Thanks for working on that song. It's a thank you. You know, a little bit of money is a nice gesture of appreciation. You know, you fucking your friend, oh, you know, someone helps you move, give them $50, you know. It's just, you know, even people that have a lot of money, take care of them, because, you know, it's a sign of respect. You know, you fucking give someone a little bit of money, you know. It's that I try to take care of people, and when I become wealthy, I'm gonna continue to take care of people. It's just it's what you do. It's how you treat people. I recorded this song with, he's not just my friend, he's my brother. He's a Masonic brother, Chris Lansfield, and he's, you know, 32 degree. And we recorded a song, One Day With You. It's on YouTube. You know, obviously copy, you know, I'm 50% holder on that song. I wrote the chord progressions, but he wrote all the lyrics about one of his girlfriends and or his friends. So, anyways, we're in Portland, and he's like, "Dude, thanks for writing the music for the song. Let me give you 50% of the song." And he made it all legit. Copy wrote it, and I got all the confirmations, the paperwork, and all that shit. So, people that treated me like that, you know, those are the people I'm going to be taking care of when I make money. Oh, can you play drums on the track? Yeah, Chris, I'd love to play drums on the track. You know, we go to the studio, he gives me $600 cash, $600 bills. I do the drum tracks in like 3 hours, tops. And we had other musicians. We had a guy on lap steel. We had a bass player who passed away, a motorcycle accident. You know, we had a girl singing. We had some other girl that wasn't musically on the album, but she was there just kind of helping with the vibe. And she's actually way more, you know, well known than I am. You know, I mean, she's got kind of a lot of followers and stuff. So, anyways, it's just that song's on YouTube. It's called One Day With You. I really like that song. I do. I mean, especially the fact that I own 50% of that song. I honestly might play that song live, obviously with Chris's permission, because I just love the lyrics. They're so heartfelt. You could tell it's like from the heart, you know. And it just, I love that song, One Day With You, and I think it sounds really great too. So, anyways, I'm gonna be making some dinner. So I kind of I cooked this morning, or yesterday morning, and because I'm home alone. It's like that movie with Macaulay Culkin. I'm home alone. It's when my mom's not here, this place falls apart. I just literally, it's been a while since I've lived on my own, so. Anyways, the pan was sitting in there with all the food, with eggs. And I cooked meat in here too, so everything was just, you know, sitting in there. Liv, I like your new YouTube video. I'm subscribed to Liv's. Yeah, I'm officially kind of fried from recording music. I've been recording a lot of music. Do you know what song I do like is Break Me Down on it's on Spotify. It's called Break Me Down. That's it, the radio version of it. I like that song. That's the first song I recorded on my where's my fucking sunglasses. That's the first song I recorded on my Apple iMac. I bought an Apple iMac all-in-one. With the insurance, it was $2,400. Bought an audio interface, $200. Microphone, $100. I bought a bass, so I bought a bunch of other gear, headphones, keyboard, so I've put in $5,000 in my little home studio. So when I'm making money off streams, it's like, I've paid out $3,000 to people recording. I put traveling, gas money, food. I put over $10,000 in my music in the last year. So when I get $200, $300 from streams, it's like, yeah, it's cool. I'm grateful, but I'm still so far from even breaking even, which is why I'm a little stressed, because I put a lot of money out on this. But at the same time, it's kind of like I'm just warming up. I haven't recorded and, what's funny is I used GarageBand when I was like 22 years old. The platform is better now. My engineer uses Logic. It's really, Logic, yeah, it's better. But it's like GarageBand is you could record some really good shit on GarageBand. But my engineer, again, he uses Logic. So, like songs like The Cave, Inside and Out, I recorded all of that on my computer. But when I send him an open project, he uses Logic to mix and master a lot of the songs. You know what song I like a lot is The Hype. So I wrote that in Portland. I recorded that in person with my engineer Daniel in Portland, who is literally my blood brother by ritual. And so I recorded that song in Portland with Daniel, and I just wrote this riff. I remember I was at my first apartment, a one-bedroom apartment, and it's funny because it's not really a song. It's meant to be used for content or a movie. It's soundtrack music. Sorry if anybody's commented or something. I know I just don't see anything. 19 minutes. I feel like I've been talking for fucking 3 hours. But anyways, the Hype is not really a song. Again, it's for content. It's content music. It's made for content, to be used for content movies. But it's good. I mean, I listen to it in my truck, and it sounds good to listen to as a song. Also, it's totally fine. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about earlier. It's kind of funny when you see people that were in bands in the '90s, and they're in, you know, like the biggest bands at that time, but everything was word of mouth. You know, live concerts, word of mouth. And so, anyways, you know, you like, I'll go and check out someone's Instagram account, and they were in like one of the biggest bands in the '90s, like literally one of the most popular bands, and you see, and they have like 3,000 followers, and they post something, they have like 50 likes. It's because it's an older generation, you know. Just amazing how some of these, you know, rock stars, they're, you know, basically as popular as you could possibly get in the '90s and the early 2000s, and now they have social platform accounts, and it's like they have like barely any followers or anything. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just my generation. But do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna flip. Sorry, I'm gonna flip this around because I went live yesterday. There was someone watching. They left. It's like, did I fucking scare you? I just got a text. But I was going live yesterday, and was it this morning? Dude, I think it was yesterday, but yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday morning, there's all these people, not all these people, there's like 5 people that commented Happy New Year. And I didn't see any of it. If I date Lexi, I'm not being her fucking, it's not going to be Bonnie and Clyde. I'm not going to be her like YouTube partner, you know? There's no way. I will go live with her sometimes. I will be in her videos. And I will, you know, take pictures with her or whatever, but I'm not going to, I'm not doing this whole fucking, oh, we got to make a video once a week to pay the bills. It's like, yeah, I have a job, baby girl. So, I don't care what she does. Let's see. Pastor. It's funny how group conscious orientated people are on social platforms. There's a bunch of people watching something, everybody's like, oh, let's watch it, like it's safe or something. So if it has a lot of views or follows, or all of a sudden it's deemed like okay or safe or something. But if you just, you know, have a little bit of views, people, they get very like sensitive about watching something. It's really weird. Again, I'm just glad I have a job, you know, no offense to like Jay Dyer or anyone, but to be like, oh, I need $700, I better go live on YouTube for 5 hours and talk about a bunch of stuff. And if somebody asks me a question, I'll be like, oh, I already talked about that last month. You know, it's just, what a job, you know. It's like being a stripper or something, you know. You always have to perform and be liked, and always, you don't want to say anything or look a certain way because, you know, being a public figure. That sounds like it would be miserable. I mean, I honestly would just rather work a $20 an hour job than make, you know, $5,000 a week being a YouTuber. It's like, well, I need money. I need $800. I better go live on YouTube, start talking about some shit. I need money. It's just like a stripper. Like, you know, stripper has to pay her car payment and apartment. Well, better start fucking dancing. Making burritos. Pork burritos, pastor. I have 2 songs coming out this month. If you're just tuning in, I've been live for 25 minutes. Do you know what's really, really fucking weird about YouTubers is every now and then there'll be some YouTuber, and because you could pay somebody to get subscribers and to be placed in the algorithms. You think that would be illegal, but I know somebody where her husband can get you fucking 200,000 real subscribers or on YouTube, and they sell them. You know, it's like an investment. You know, you have someone, you know, hey, I'll give you $50,000, you know, to get my channel going, and they're hoping to make, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So it's like an investment, but it's just so, it feels so staged. You know, just like a stripper. You know, you like she wants $100 from you, but she'll only talk to you. She'll only, you know, there's like all these boundaries. You know, that's kind of how YouTubers are. You know, they want your money and your attention, but at the same time, they're not gonna, you know, be your friend. It's just what a fucking people pleasing, you know, it's a people pleasing business. I mean, what a miserable fucking existence to always have to gather attention and portray yourself perfect so you could get $800, so you could go on some fucking trip, you know, and you can't even fucking enjoy it. I swear I won't be that negative though. And people are, you know, kind of mean on social media. I mean, a lot of people act like it's just their living room, you know, they're just talking shit like, fuck, I don't fucking care, you know, people got 300 followers. Fuck this fucking influencer, I'm just gonna you know, talk shit. So, pastor pork. I think I'm just gonna do meat, cheese, and tortilla. Honestly, simple. Meat, cheese, and tortilla. That would be weird too, to be an influencer. I mean, you can't go anywhere without people feeling uncomfortable you're around. You know, is this fucking bitch gonna take a picture with me in the background and post it and have fucking 5 million people, you know, look at it? It's just, it brings awkwardness, I think, more so than, you know, if someone sees a celebrity, like an actual real celebrity or an actor or a musician, I think they're like, oh, that's cool. But when you see an influencer, it's weird. There's like a weird awkwardness to it, not like an excitement. To always have to fucking prove yourself, you know. Pearson, I like her, you know, I follow her on Instagram. I think she's a great content creator. She's, you know, funny, always, you know, puts a lot of work in her content. Yeah, she's a great influencer. At the same time, you know, she's always like, oh, I did a YouTube convention and they interviewed me about fucking being a YouTuber. It's like, who gives a fucking shit? Who fucking cares? You know, it's like they're always pushing themselves, like subtly, like trying to be humble and grateful, but like always kind of pushing themselves in the spotlight, you know, so they can make $900. You know, it's a dying industry, because now, you know, like Amp World characters, they got in on this, like my buddy Justin, where they started doing content 8-9 years ago when there wasn't like that many influencers. Now everybody is like their own little fucking celebrity, their own little influencer. So the more influencers there are, the less money YouTube and Meta is going to pay out. They're paying less, and they're getting rid of bot accounts, and these people lived off bot accounts for like a handful of years. So now they're like going from making fucking $8,000 a month to like $2,000 a month. They're like, damn, fuck, if I worked full time at a job and got paid $25 an hour, I'd be making more than if I was an influencer. They're making a lot less money, influencers are. There's tons of influencers now. It's not like how it was 9 years ago. I'm making burritos. I just don't think being a content creator should be glorified as a job. I feel like that's the pinnacle of success, you know. Like there's this one chick I was following for 2 weeks, and she's a gamer, and she's just has her own little network, her own little world. It's just, they're playing God, you know, like they're these fucking wizards, and they're like, you know, trying to have, I don't know, it's, in a way, that's, I was in a band, kind of a successful band when I was a teenager. Yes, it was a Christian band, but you know, we would play venues and we would pack out the venue and we'd headline, you know, so we were performers, we were musicians playing and packing out venues, where influencers, they want to be sort of paid for just living life. Like, oh, I went to a fucking restaurant. Big fucking deal. Everybody goes to a fucking restaurant. You know, like I'm supposed to be impressed and paid for that. So it's just like, okay, I'm a musician, or if you're an actor, you know, you're involved in something a lot bigger than yourself. It's a whole production. It's storytelling in a theatrical way with all this film work and all these people involved, you know, so it's like, I respect, you know, actors. I respect musicians. Even, I guess, kind of Jay Dyer, because he talks about specific things. Or like Joe Rogan, you know, he has like, today we're going to talk about aliens, you know, we have this guest on, and he's going to tell us we're going to go over the topic of aliens. So it's almost, it's like themed in a way. Joe Rogan, Howard Stern was like the first kind of themed blogger where he'd have guests on. But if you're just an influencer and you just want attention and money just for living your life, you know, oh, I'm going here, I'm wearing these kind of clothes, I want to get paid for that. It just seems like a miserable existence, you know, it really does. Basically, the goal for an influencer is to have enough people just like you where you're getting paid. Just like, fuck, I like you. I fucking like you, so I'm just going to give you money. You know, that's the ultimate end game of an influencer. They're not loyal to anyone. They don't have a specific craft. They don't do anything for anybody. They don't help anybody out. They never do fucking charity. They never do fucking shit. And they want to get paid just for living their lives. Oh, I went to a fucking restaurant. I went and traveled here. Big deal. People go to restaurants all the time. People travel all the time. You know, it seems like a miserable existence. Absolutely. And they're always so, you know, like they want to be all like, just don't say anything. Don't act weird. Don't want to lose a fucking follower. They're held hostage. You know, held hostage to the group conscious. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have this little granola bar. Yeah, it's a dying. People are gonna be like, oh, remember when influencers made money? Yeah, for that like little 7-year period of time. A lot of influencers are mockers too, where they'll see a celebrity act and live a certain way, and then they just basically act like they're celebrities when they're not. The hype the hype. Oh, this influencer's got a $10 million house. Like the hype involved in that, it just seems so like spiritually demonic. It really does. And my buddy Justin, who was doing content before it was, became like cool, or before it became like a normal, sought out career to be an influencer. His buddy died. Something Wu. It's like a Disneyland content creator, just like Justin. And he died, and then you have all, your content's just stuck up there. I don't know, it seems kind of weird. That's sad. I don't even know how that guy died. I forget his name. Something Wu. I think when celebrities, like some celebrities, when they die, I think some people are kind of not happy about it, but like, oh, that fucking person that was making like an unbelievable amount of money just, playing make-believe, even though, acting's harder than just being an influencer, because at least you're actually doing something. Hold on, let me change that up. So, like, I think when an influencer dies, like, it's sad, but I don't think anybody really, like, cares, even the people that follow them. Every time you unfollow an influencer, you will feel so much better when you unfollow these big influencers that want attention and money for just living their life and doing things that everybody else does all the time. I was thinking, I don't know if I should make another cup of coffee since it's already 8:34, but I think I'm going to. Mexican soda. It has no refined sugar, no corn syrup in it. This is a great alternative. Jarritos. Jarritos. This flavor's good. Yeah, I really try to stay away from refined sugar and corn syrup. I mean, I really do. I feel like the government owes us some sort of, what do you call it when people owe you like financial, what do you call it, like restitution? Yeah, restitution. I feel like the government owes us restitution that they allowed these companies to put fake corn syrup and refined sugar in all the snacks, all the drinks for like 25 years. Everybody's obese, they're sick. Diabetes, glaucoma, Alzheimer's, all these ailments come from not only sugar, but refined sugar and corn syrup. They're like loading all the beverages with this shit, weakening everybody. And it's like, is there going to be lawsuits? Is there going to be restitution, financial restitution for that? I mean, the American people have been poisoned for the last 25, 30 years. Yet they'll lock someone up for like growing pot or something, or growing a plant, Oh, you can't grow a plant, but yeah, go ahead and poison the entire nation with refined sugar and corn syrup and create a fake pandemic and shoot everybody up with these experimental shots. A lot of people I personally know in real life, I'm not talking about mainstream news, they got really sick from these COVID shots. and they're like all jacked up from them. So, refined sugar, corn syrup. I feel like the government owes us financial restitution, that they've been putting this fake sugar in all of these food products. You know, it's, like I said, it's behind Alzheimer, sugar, glaucoma, sugar, cancer, sugar, diabetes, sugar. It goes on and on. So a lot of regular sugar is not even that good for you, but a lot of fake processed sugar, it's even doubly, triply worse. And it's in everything. It's just the same poison in different packaging. So when I'm like looking at the aisles of the candy aisle, the soda aisle, it's just all these different, it's packaging and marketing, but it's the same crap in all of it. Packaging and marketing, but it's the same poison in everything when you go to the grocery store. Refined sugar, corn syrup. People don't want to hear about it. Don't tell me about that. Well, do your research. It's processed sugar is behind all the ailments. They've been poisoning us, and we should have financial restitution from it. It's funny how you talk about this and nobody wants to hear it, but you fucking talk about like football or some shit that doesn't even matter. It's like everybody's all about that, you know? It's like, get your fucking priorities right. You don't care that the country's been poisoned, but you're going to be all obsessed about sports and shit? Anyways. Okay, so I've gone off on influencers, refined sugar, processed sugar for 42 minutes. If you missed it, sorry, watch it tomorrow. Watch it another time. Here we go. Pastor pork and cheese. Doesn't that look so good? Yeah, you never hear these stupid fucking influencers talk about anything relevant. Oh, that's so relatable. Oh, dude, that's so funny. That's so relatable. That made me laugh. You never hear these influencers talk about anything of relevance. Like refined sugar, corn syrup, processed sugar being put into everything. The leading factor behind all these ailments. You don't hear anybody talk about that shit. I'm the only one fucking saying, hey, drink Coderitos. Mexican fucking soda. At least it has real sugar in it. Real sugar. They want to get paid for just living their lives. Oh, big fucking deal. You went to a restaurant. You want me to pay you for that? Dumbasses. This looks so good, though. For real. It's so relatable. Oh my god, that content. It's so relatable. It's funny. It's really funny. People fucking dying and shit around the world. So I'm going to put water in this pan and soak and let it sit so the food doesn't get stuck in the pan like. I'm not even getting into like major conspiracy stuff. I'm just talking about refined sugar, corn syrup, processed sugar, the leading factor behind all these ailments. Nobody talks about it. let's stop poisoning our people, and then we could start chopping down bigger issues. I mean, how many times do you hear people say, "Oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm so tired at work. I'm always tired all the time." It's refined sugar. It's processed sugar. You're poisoning yourself. It's in everything. That's why I drink Jarritos. I'm not getting paid by them. I'm just saying it's a healthy alternative. It's soda. It has natural cane sugar. And the reason why all these companies put refined processed sugar, it's because it's cheap. So they can make more fucking money. That's it. But money is now just a digital currency and it has no tangible value. Money has no tangible value. It's just a digital currency. It doesn't even exist. So they're putting fake processed corn syrup, the leading factor behind all ailments, so these rich fucking cocksuckers that have tons of money already could have a little bit more fucking money. It's funny, the terrorism the terrorist is corporate America. We are the terrorists in America. The American people are supporting the American government, the biggest terrorist organization in the world. That's not a conspiracy. I'm not just being mean to Americans. It's look at our track record. This is so good. Oh my God. Marinated pork. Pastor. No, Ginger, I'll make you some in a little bit. You can't fuck with people, and when they stand up for themselves and they speak out about it, call them a fucking terrorist because they're speaking the truth. It doesn't fucking work like that. I don't care how much mainstream news you watch. What Chef Ramsay's on TV right now is just him and like 3 friends, I don't know, doing whatever. There's always government apologists. When you start naming facts, oh, the government did this happened, this is going on. People are like, well, yeah, small government, we need small government. It's like, dude, I'm talking to you about all the shit, that fucked up shit the government's done the last 50 years. And you're such a patriot that your only reaction is like, yeah, smaller government's better. They're con artists. They're literally con artists. Corporate America. And it's not just America. I don't like hate America.
I just think the whole world, if anything, there's other places in the world that's a lot worse than us. Um, it's like you think America's bad, go live in fucking North Korea. How do you like them apples? I mean, America is not the only evil in the world. It's a lot of different countries are. I've been live for 50 minutes. Once you get past the spell casting, or once you see through the spell casting, because you're not gonna get past it, you just look at life a lot differently. So you can't control what other people do, but you can say, hey, I'm not going to buy food and beverage products with corn syrup and refined sugar in it. I'm going to make that commitment to myself. I can't take out all the corporations that are selling this poison to everybody, but at least I could not support it. Sorry, Ginger. I'll have to make some more meat for you too. I think that's the main concern in this country is refined sugar and processed sugar. I think a lot of the the problems with this country could be solved if we discontinued putting refined sugar, processed sugar in everything. It's the leading factor behind most of the ailments: glaucoma, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, all these things that people fear. It's all from an overload of sugar, especially processed sugar. So I mean, if we could at least stop poisoning our own people, I mean that's a start into being a healthy country. If I start playing shows again, if I start talking about refined sugar and processed sugar for 40 minutes at every concert, I feel like that wouldn't be such a far stretch. Hey, Ginger. I'm sorry. I ate all the pastor marinated pork and didn't give you any. I'm such a mean daddy. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to make some meat just for her. I mean, she's got plenty of dog food, and she has uh, dry dog food and actually like meat, canned meat dog food. what it is I think people are trying to ignore the fact that there's going to be consequences. And you could only be facetious for so long. Watching some cooking show. I'm just live on YouTube, just watching TV. Ginger, you're finally eating your dog food. Good for you. I'm taking an ibuprofen. Young people are funny because they're not thinking about anything usually besides like what they're gonna eat, what they're gonna wear, how cool are they gonna be on social platforms. And then you get older and you start thinking about, oh, they're putting refined sugar, processed sugar in all this food and it's poisoning us. You know, you start thinking about stuff like that, not just like, what am I gonna wear? Where am I gonna eat? You know, it's like my girlfriend, she's a lot younger than me, and she's been an influencer. She's been an influencer for so long, she's so deranged and outside of fucking reality. My girlfriend, who's a lot younger than me, well, she's younger than me, and I mean, all she cares about is what's she gonna wear, where she's gonna eat, how many followers she has. She has no fucking concept of fucking reality because she's been an influencer since she was like right before she was an adult, like 15 years old, 16 years old. So she has no concept of working. She has no concept of working, what's going on in the world. She's just, you know, she's an influencer. I mean, that's her entire life is what is she gonna wear? Where's she gonna eat? Like security, who's following me? You know, kind of shit. Just a miserable existence to be an influencer. Like you want to get paid for just living your life and doing things that everybody else does all the time. Held hostage to the group conscience. Oh shit, I need $800. I better go fucking live. I better create some YouTube videos because I need $800. Ginger, what are you doing, Ginger? She wants to play. I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry, I forgot to give you meat. I always give you meat with everything I cook, and I just forgot. 50 more seconds, and it's been an hour. Ginger. I have 2 songs being released January 19th and January 13th and the 22nd. So 3 songs releasing this month. Gingy. Gingy, gingy, gingy. On Spotify.
Well, I don't know. I think that's it. Y'all have a good night. Take care.